You can save your dog's life. You can do that by teaching your dog this: come. Both the physical, because dogs pay attention to that more than they do our voices sometimes, and the word come, which is a location as much as anything else, which I'll explain. It means you appear facing me no matter where you are when I say that word. And you'll see that in action in just a second. So if your dog is running toward a street, running anywhere where you think your dog might be in danger, you can say that word, and instantly, if you've got it down, your dog is running toward a squirrel, you want to save the squirrel. You can say that. You can say the dog's name and then the word come, and fast as that, your dog is right there. At least that's the goal. It's the most important command. One more thing. Here's what you should never do. Never call your dog to you, which is what you want. The dog comes running to you, and then you're screaming or scolding your dog in some way, shape, or form. Never do that. If you must holler at your dog, and I don't think that's anything you kind of ever have to do anyway, but we're human, right? Then go to your dog and do it. Otherwise, you're punishing your dog for coming to you. That's the opposite of what we want. So here's what we do want now to teach this command. Go to the fridge, open it up, take a really stinky treat out. Something really, really good. And your dog is right there. That's okay. Remember, we're setting the dog up for success. Ethel, come. Perfect. Good girl. Good girl. Yeah. And you're saying, well, she knows you've got something. She could smell it. She could see it. Right. That's fine. That's not a bad thing. She's also hearing me say, Ethel, come. And she's appearing in just the right spot. Remember, it's a position right in front of you. That's where you want her to be. Good girl. Come. Good girl. That's a good girl. Yes, that's very good. So step number 2 is whenever you're going about your business around the house, call your dog to you. Make it a part of your daily thing, you know. So you're watching television, commercial comes on, dog's in the next room, call your dog's name and have her come to you. Keep some treats in your pocket so you have something to give her. You don't have to give her the treat every time. In fact, if you give her the treat every other time, every third or fourth time, it becomes sort of like the lottery. It becomes even more enticing to the dog. So don't give the treat every time. Step number 3 is when your dog is now distracted, doing something else your dog is having a great time doing, like playing with a friend who's over to visit, call your dog to you. If your dog comes to you, then immediately, even when distracted, you got something right. Ethel, come! You shouldn't have to yell or scream either. Good girl. That's such a good girl. Good girl. Yes. Good job. So step number 4 is actually also kind of a game. It shows games can be for training too. The dogs can not only have fun, but they can learn at the same time. So there's my dog Ethel down the hall playing with a friend of mine, and I'm going to call her to me, see if it works. Ethel, come! And it's working. Good girl. But now it's your turn.
Ethel, come!
And you just go back and forth a few times. Great on a rainy day too. It tires the dogs out. You have kids doing this. Ethel, come! And it tires the kids out too, as well as the dog. Good girl.
Ethel, come. Good girl. Good.
Perfect. Yeah, it's fun, it's easy, it's simple. So we've done a couple things. We've taught the dog the come command indoors, and we've done a pretty good job. Even when the dog, Ethel, is distracted, she's coming just like that. Not the same as outdoors, as we will see in part 2.